Welcome back, Exiles. All right, we're checking out another server that I have been playing. The reason why I go scouting sometimes is because sometimes it gets a little bit boring. Sometimes the aggro on the server becomes such that it is virtually unplayable because everyone's just running around murdering everything, and I'm not a PvP player. Um, if I'm going to play competitively, I want to see the eyes of my opponent. So if I play competitively, I'm playing across from a table most times. So when the servers go hot, I will then go wandering around and looking for other places. And one of the things that I test, other than the initial ping, is I get close to the end of the raid window between the hours of 9 and 11 is when I come in to check to see what kind of latency we get, and it all depends upon how much activity there is. Uh, there's only one other person here. Undead Awakens. Okay. So I'm guessing this is who I'm coming up on right now. I'm over at the summoning place, which typically has a little bit of jitter in it, but not by too much. Um, so I am kind of excited that it seems to be running pretty smooth here. I do have a repair hammer on this character. Yeah, I re-rolled. I love this architecture, by the way. I re-rolled the okay, so these guys just showed up today. So there are people on playing. Uh, Zarathrustra. That's cool. This person has taken over the entirety of the summoning place, it looks like. So, wow, lots of vaults. Makes me wonder what the fuck the point of the inside is. It must be a thrall spot. Probably a barracks. This is kind of cool. It's a nice design. I'm gonna be honest. This is pretty extensive. But this is what happens when you have a PvP server that is, by and large, pretty vacant. Um, I'm here to pick up the Obelisk. Damn, this is a pretty big complex. And they're built right up onto the hill and everything. I guess they were playing the Age of War. This must have been to spawn purges and stuff. That's a pretty big tower too. Funny thing about Conan Exiles, if you take out just this 1/3 of the base there, that whole thing is going to start falling down. Just like in real life. Yeah, imagine that. Um, so we're going to ignore the Dafari camp for now. Oh, someone's place is despawned. Shit. I wonder who it was. What's in the box, Weaver? Nothing but rotten flesh. Oh, and yeah, okay, that's fine. So yeah, this was somebody's outbase that just kind of poof. That happens. It happens, and that's another reason why I like. And it's going to decay soon. Is it decayed now? No, no. Yeah, on the PvP servers, the decay timers I think they're about the same as PvE, but due to the nature of how things are played, wow, they got this whole massive garden in there. Yeah, that's something they really need to fix with this game is that you pull yourself away from render range just long enough, and pretty much you will be able to see what's behind the walls. So yeah, that's what they have inside there. It's just a stables, wheel of pain, a very small one actually, not as big a place as I thought it would be. That's probably where the main holding is, and then of course they have their beds and stuff up there. It looks like it might be a preservation box way at the top. So that makes sense. Oh, not a garden. They built around the tree. I didn't think they could, but apparently, yeah. That's kind of cool. Um, I might think about doing that on another server if I come across the opportunity. Right now, there isn't anybody in this location on 3830 yet. We do have some pretty aggressive builders, which is good because that makes things fun. And I remember I was playing on 3822. We had a cycle of players for a good 2, 3 seasons worth where we took turns building challenging bases, no doors, and you basically, you built in pit traps and you had thrall attackers and stuff like that. So there were no doors, but what you did instead was uh, gave gave investigating players a kind of a dungeon crawl experience, and that's what I used. I did that right here. I built this 5 level maze, uh, and had spent most of the month collecting, various treasures and thralls. Back when you can get world chests without having to go into a dungeon, now you have to actually play a dungeon in order to use your skeleton keys that you earn. So this is Frank and Friends. They're almost gone. Oh, wow, that just showed up. It's like I said, that render distance, y'all. So this must be more Frank and Friends. Yeah, that's kind of cute. So this is not bad design for tier one. The fact that this elaborate setting, yeah, they were just on here about an hour ago. They might actually be here right now. Are they here now? No, Undead Awakens. No, okay. I have yet to pick up my obelisk, haven't I? I've not done that, though that's what I said I was coming out here to do. So yeah, I'm basically going to be wandering the land with this character until it dies. Um, got plenty of. I have to make some food. Do I have any attribute points that can put more into grit and expertise? No. Okay. Uh, Probably have to get out there and start hacking and slashing. Get the business done. Yeah. Oh, looks like somebody built down into the dragon pit, the sinkhole. Oh shit! I got hyenas. Undead hyenas, just fucking annoying as the living ones. All right, we're down here. So who was this? Frank and Friends? Nope. Zathura. All right, so the next obelisk that I want to get will be the unnamed city. So we're just gonna go ahead and hike it out. I could, like I planned on doing in the last server run I did. I was thinking about actually hanging out here enough. You could build a truncheon at a certain level, but I'll come back. We're gonna go hang out in Sepper Maru, and we're getting our ass monster. Good times, Hank. It looks like he was drooling there for a little bit. The coolest thing about Conan Exiles is that even if you get raided back to the Stone Age, or back to the desert, basically, uh, you can actually recover pretty good as long as you've got access to a few things. Most of that is patience. Uh, and then, of course, some starter gear. But even so, I mean, once you learn your recipes, they can't take that away from you. Your knowledge is yours. Uh, and yes, I have, like I said, on the 3820, I rewrote my character once there, and it was by accident. And then on 3830, I did it twice. First time by accident, second time, I just done. I got to a point where I had already fulfilled most of the obligations there. I was not going to waste my efforts in collecting all the relics to take my bracelet off, so I just rewrote my character that way. And I went off and did other servers for a long time, which is how these two started. Then I got an invitation back to 3830, and so I came back and re-rolled a character, and things have been pretty okay. 3830 is a good server. You will be rated if you build audaciously enough, and we just came out of a mid-war, a small war kind of situation, but I say a small war because it was like the entirety of the server against this one clan who was basically just being griefers. See, raiding it for me doesn't mean anything. Uh, Whatever resources you have, I could give two fucks about. I don't want your resources. I don't care about the land you're squatting on. There's plenty of places to build, even on a full server. And believe me, I've actually played on a 3820 before it went crickets. Uh, we had at least 60 players that I counted last that were playing in rotation on that server. You could only have 40 at a time, but we were maxing the server limits. I mean, things were bad. It was more than just a couple stutters here and there. It was like full on blue screens. People would walk up on bases and you would immediately fucking crash. We didn't have to raid each other because we were crashing each other just from our massive building. And it got so bad at one point that we were even crashing in our own clan base. So we had to we got together with everybody else on the server and we says, look, we gotta have a war, and we did. We had a big ass freaking war. It was just about spending resources. I mean, because unless you're taking the whole man versus wild approach to this game like I do, a survival game. It's a survival game. And you're doing the PvE adventure where you're fighting monsters and collecting loot and leveling your character, at a point you get to, it's kind of like you can't earn any more XP. So there is no more way to raise your attributes to maximum. Uh, there are ways to raise your knowledge points up by collecting fragments of power here in the unnamed city, and that in itself is an effort of worth pursuing. And I have done it. I have maxed out a character's knowledge levels, and it was actually pretty damn fun. This was all before the battle pass with all the extra special recipes you could learn. I really am still kind of bummed about not having been on Twitter or Twitch at the time that they were doing the live stream and they offered the recipe for the white hair, because that would have been cute. I'm a big fan of rabbits. We had one for a little while. Poor guy. Um, I gotta make sure I'm not getting myself too invested in getting murdered here. We're gonna go this way. So we're heading to the archivist right now, and we're going to pick up the obelisk. I think I'm going to die here, guys, because I can't seem to get the fuck out of this niche. Okay, let's get some stamina. Stop fucking panicking. Yes, I know you will cut my throat, drink my blood. Yada yada yada. I've heard it all. Uh, yeah, at a certain point, you can actually kind of come off with a little bit of a fantasy play of you're this protagonist in an isekai kind of situation. And it's fun. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to play this game. I mean, I've been on private servers where they were straight up role playing. Uh, you had courts. There were like three or four courts. I think there were three courts actually. There were three courts. There was a couple of guilds that did different things. Like there was a crafting guild. And I'm not talking like clan, just a clan. I'm talking like an actual guild. Everybody was broken up into several different clans, of course, but it was actually pretty fun. We got a scroll. All right, learning that. Uh, that's just basically crap. More info. I have seen many things. I don't think I need this. There we go. Oh, what did I drop? I didn't drop the scroll. What did I drop? I dropped the shield. I need that shield. I need that shield. Don't let me stupid. Okay, let's learn the recipe we came here to learn. Cartographer, thank you so much. Now, we need to go and pick up. I could come back here and do the whole uh, what's the term? What's the thing? Oh, I could do the fragments of power stuff, farm some of them up. It's quiet enough that's possible. But I'm actually going to be doing that enough on 3830, so I don't have to stress too much. But yeah, you can actually build pretty close to these places. Let's see. Let's go ahead and nosh up some bugs and berries. And I'm getting corrupted. Good times. So yeah, I found somebody sleeping up there once. I was like, dude, seriously, that's some hardcore fucking hiding. That's the other reason why I like a PvP servers, because there's more active hiding. in this game, in this on this kind of server, and it's fun just to go and snoop around and find people's places and stuff. They thought they were being super clever, and um, but yeah, knowledge is a big thing in this game, both player knowledge and of course character knowledge. So you want to always be aware of where to look and how to find what you need to find. Like right now, I'm hunting a couple of spots out on 3830, and not sure exactly what I'll do with that information. I've got some resources. This is bad. The lag is starting to come up on me. Can't get to that thing without these bugger fuckers. Get up here. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. The journey steps are a great source of XP, but there are so many other ways to get XP, and there's only two uh, there are only two journeys that I'm actually pretty consistent with getting, and that is the Overlord one. Where is it? The Slave Taker, basically. Here we go, Thrall Taker. To learn the Purple Lotus Orb, this is the one that I prefer to get first. And then there's another one. Yeah, this one is okay. The Homesteader is pretty easy to get, actually. And that's really not really worth it. Um, let's see. There's another one up around here somewhere. The Adventurer one, or Cartographer. There we go. Cartographer's nice. Let's see. No, we don't need to worry about the jewelry and that. Uh, oh, yeah, that one here. The Mountaineer. You want to get that one for the Spider Climb boots. It makes you, saves you on stamina climbing. And, well, you could go for that one, the Curative Mixture, but that recipe actually, Violet Curative. This is the one that is my most important one for me. This is the one I go for. Um, and that's basically because that way I can capture thralls without having to risk durability of my weapons and armor. Because that's a big thing when you play solo. Without the support of a clan and the infrastructure that comes from people farming all the time, you're responsible for all of that. And so any angle you can take where you conserve resources is totally good. Not to mention, once you max out and build your Steve, as I call it, the Steve build, where you go maximum expertise, you can just go beast of bird, carry everything on your back up to a limit. You have inventory space limit, but still. Um, and then you still also want to get that fleet-footed one, I think it's called, where you're able to run at full speed, jump and stuff, uh, without spending much more stamina. So you're conserving stamina with the agility build, and you're conserving, and you're able to carry more with the encumbrance build, the expertise build. It's such a clumsy word, expertise. I liked it better when they just called it survival. Shouldn't be anybody there. Yeah, I'm just gaining XP passively right now because I'm here as the unnamed city. So, like I said, doing the journeys is fine, but it's not a necessity. The Thrall Taker one's going to be the biggest one. There we go. We got 3 fragments. Let's see what we learn. Uh, I love the fact that this is a game with actual climbing in it. I don't think there's any other game that I've played that actually has climbing in it. You could vault in Destiny, like if you're on the edge, your character will haul itself up one body length. We're ignoring the treasure chest because there's no need. Well, actually, since I'm going to Sephiroth after this, it'd be kind of fun to have some coin for the city. So that might be worth something here. And this isn't like my consistent pattern. I don't always do the sinkhole, then the unnamed city, then Sephiroth. Sometimes I just make a beeline for Sephiroth. Play the entire game there. You really can too. I mean, eventually someone's going to find you, kill you, and send you to the desert because there's no place for you to put a bed down unless you go outside of the city far enough. And then, of course, do that. You either have to be super clever with where you place your bed, make sure it's not anywhere near any mobs will spawn because people will farm those, or resources too. That's important. That was one of the first things I learned playing this game way back in May of I can't remember what year. Can't get up there. Um, was that while building near resources, you would think is great, especially if you're playing like a Minecraft kind of game. It's really not the best thing to do because everybody else is going to be going there, and eventually you will be found. And you know, resources are resources in the early game. So, and like I said, that's the other thing about the raiding. It's like I don't raid for resources. I don't raid for territory. Um, most times, if I raid, it's vendetta, which is rare anymore these days. It's just even that doesn't feel like it because the resources that you spend, and I mean time is a resource in this game because people oftentimes complain when I used to hear, I used to when I used to watch clans basically dissolve after being raided horribly while they were all offline for the weekend because they all decided to go fishing together. Um, just is obviously a specific instance because it happened. Um, and I mean, even I was not available for that weekend. I was not part of their clan, but they sent me a direct message saying that yeah we're done. We're going to go do a private server. Essence of Fraud is not bad. Venom Infused War Axe is good. Fall Taxidermy, give me a break. I really need that shit. Uh, but yeah, one of the key things they always say is I can't justify spending another 3 months building everything back up the way we did, and that's when it hit me in the head. To quote Colonel Kurtz, like a diamond bullet uh, piercing my brain. The idea that if you don't build up, three things happen. One, um, you're forced to be a bit more inventive with the resources you have. Two, you don't have that big a footprint, so there aren't that many people being able to see you. And three, mobility is going to be your biggest ally. So that's kind of the way, right now on 3830, I've got a couple of anchor points, but that's only until I get my kit rolling again. And yeah, then it's just basically hobo mode for the most part, which would be fun because it's always neat to wander the map and stuff, and you might find things that you thought you knew you thought you'd explored an entire place, but just because somebody has built somewhere, it makes it different again, and that's exciting. And like I said, on a PvP server, things aren't as static. On a PvE server, or even a PvE conflict server, because I could play PvEC. Um, I think we can still play those. I have to double check the list. I don't think they include them anymore because people weren't doing them really. You could, your territories and everything like that were protected, but from like 5 to 11 p.m. local, you and your server mates could engage in player versus player activities. Which I don't know if it actually meant that you could actually have thrall fights. And that's something I've always wanted to do was have thrall fights. Basically, you build a pit, you put your thrall on maximum follow distance and maximum attack distance, and basically you max out their aggression levels so that they won't be inclined to come back up to you. And then you put the two thralls into the arena and have them fight. And I don't know if anybody does that. I've always wanted to do that. Um, and I thought that would be kind of fun to do. I mean, because it's one thing to have players, attack each other, but to have our thralls attack each other would be a testament of how well did you level your thrall and how lucky were you initially when you got that thrall, because that's a big weight right there. Is there's still a lot of dice rolling in this game, and it does have a gambling kind of feel to it. There's a strong high risk high reward element, which is fun. I like that, and I don't know. I mean, just the thoughtfulness of this game. It's kind of like it is a lot like Minecraft, uh, except that you are fairly limited as to what you can do with the map these days. Once upon a time, people were actually build under the map, under the skin here, the mesh, and that was not really nice because they would oftentimes exploit that, use it to break into other people's bases and steal shit from them. But Funcom has done a pretty good job of tightening that down. I feel despawn. Then, like I said, there's a lot more dynamicism. Dynamicism. I don't know what I say. It's a more active living world, believe it or not, in spite of the fact that there might not be as many people on at any time. Yeah, so I'm coming up on bases and, and structures that are despawning. So it seems like the sinkhole is the most active location. I haven't gone up to the Mounds of the Dead yet, but that'll be next. I want to first cleanse this corruption, and then farm some gear from the local chests around Sepamaru. So we've already done Unnamed City, we've done Sinkhole, done Shattered Springs. Next is Mound of the Dead, and I think I'll pick up the 2 jungle pieces. By that time, I should have gear enough that I can go up to the Frost Bridge and get the Black Keep's obelisk, and then I'll probably make it out to Frost Keep. And then after that, the final stop being, of course, the volcano. I need to get some food. That's what I need to do. My character needs to get some eats going on here. And you look like dinner. Okay. Do that. Do that. Just set it down right there and start your cooking. And drop a bedroll. It's not a hidden spot. Most everybody knows this place, but use the hide rolls in the desert because they're not as obvious. And this is only because there are some rough parts of Sepamaru, and I'm not, as you can, overran, or overwhelmed. I guess I could probably start building here. Doesn't look like anybody's actually here, so I don't want to push my encumbrance too much. Normally there's a hut back here if somebody's hanging out. Who is this? They are unknown and decayed. Well, let's do some B&E. I gotta be careful though because alright, we're gonna get the lag up. That's nice. Wow, they just left us here. Okay. I don't do that. Oh, I can't because I'm gonna drop this, 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 this. Come on, just dump it all. We don't need it. Or keep the. I'm gonna make some bedrolls. And then dump the rest. Actually, okay, there we go. All right, so. Because I don't know if he's got. Oh wow, that's it. That's everything. Where's the bag? What was in the bag, Weaver? My garbage. So they grabbed everything and went. And unless it went down the road. Oh, here we go. All right, so there we go. Okay, that's cool. Is that all of it? Oh, there's some more going down the. Okay. That's the one I had. Wow, lots of sorcery. really care too much about sorcery. Yeah, nothing in there. Let's see what's in this one. Alright, want the star metal, want the steel. Well, I think that's silver actually. Want the iron, I want the black ice, and I want the brimstone. Don't care about the hardened stone. Don't need the zeal. I was hoping to find some thralls. Would have been nice to find some thralls. Oh, here we go, thralls. Alright, now we're over encumbered, and there's stuff down at the bottom. Whoopsie. That wrong. Alright, heaviest first. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that. That. Shit, dude. They're crafters, but they're like mediocre crafters. I don't need any of these guys. I don't need that. I don't need silver. I don't need all the feathers and shit. That. I want the punch daggers for damn sure. So we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sand Reaper toxic blends. I don't need all of that. So get rid of all that. What's this? Grilled steak. Okay, that's fine. Radiant gems, garbage. Wow, that is a lot of extra excess into that. It's just toss all of this shit. Nah. Come on, don't lag on me, baby. What's going on here? Okay. I need that. Don't have the XP. I don't have the freaking wait for all this Ray Lotus powder. That would be important later for other things, but not for now. I'm just gonna toss it. It's just like I can't use any of this. I can get most of all this back. The coin is all that's really important right now, actually. Hardened steel, I don't have the tech for that, so why bother with it? Same goes for the black ice. As much as it would be nice to have all that. We don't need all this. It's so bad. It's so sad. We don't have enough movement. And I think the bag that fell down here is already despawning. That actually might have been the fighters. Fuck. Yeah, I think it already despawned. That's a shame. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens. Alright, well now we gotta go ahead and figure out, I'm just double checking. Alright, so heaviest first. Okay. God, that's a lot of freaking, they had somebody converting these. I'm gonna keep that because that does actually build to something. Let's go for types then. The Sand Reaper poison, that's important. You can do that. I can get feathers like crazy. It don't weigh much anyway. Don't need any more of that. Don't need the dung. For hills. Okay, so we're tossing. Oh god, this makes me angry. But that's okay. We have 4 stacks of shaped wood, so let's go down to 3 stacks of shaped wood. And yeah, that's brick. We're gonna need brick eventually. I just don't have any. I don't have any encumbrance. Damn it! It's all gonna go away. I mean, I could build a chest, but what the fuck's it gonna matter? It's not gonna make a difference. So like I said, when I play solo, the first thing I really should be doing is working on making sure. I should have gone into the building. They didn't have any fighters in there. Should have gone into the building and gone station by station, but I thought maybe I'd be clever and break into the top, but that didn't work. Wow, we lost a lot. That's okay though. It would have been particles anyway, eventually. You only get like 24 hours. Oh shit, there's people. Oh, that's separate room. Duh. Well, my food should be done by now. Laugh. I don't need extra water skins. Wait, how many grill steaks do I have back there? I got 48 grill steaks. I don't even need to worry about that shit. Well, what can I build? Let's see what we got here. Well, it doesn't look like I have the XP to get anything. So, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to have to build a shanty. Um, since we're already encumbered, no fucking big deals here. Let's go ahead and, I can't build in tier 2 or tier 3 because I hadn't even gotten past tier 1. So, yeah. This is what I'm talking about, playing Essentialist. So, we're going to need a lot of stone. I'm going to build myself a small shack. Build a couple of chests. Fill it with whatever I can. And leave it for somebody else. Because I think we've got a sandstorm coming in. I say that all the time, but I think it's just sunset. Latency is really annoying on the server too, by the way. If I have a fully maxed out character and for some reason the server starts to bug, I have no problems. I don't mind. I'll keep playing. Um, but there we go. Let's just come on. We'll just put you right here. Come on. There you go. And that's how you do a quick shelter in this game. Yeah, I can't even build myself freaking sucks. It does suck. Well, let's see. Can I build a chest? Yeah, I can do that. Just enough to like get the heavy stuff in there. Come on, hurry up. Oh, mercy, please. Leave that alone. I don't have a way to. I'm 170%. What the fuck? Where's the weight in this? The iron for reals, and the shape wood, of course. Oh yeah, definitely want to hold on to the star metal. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, we got that. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it. Did we pass the sandstorm already? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so next we go ahead. Probably gonna make significantly heavier. Jeez, really? What a pain in the ass sometimes. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be sticking around here, um, because that's just too much crazy. Uh, there you go. Basically an igloo. Well, I like it. It's good enough for me. Um, I know I have a bedroll over the other location, but we're gonna put the bedroll here because what are we short on? Wood? Really? What are we short on wood? Okay, whatever. Fine. I'm not gonna complain. Well, anyway, the plan would be to loiter around here in Sephimaru. Uh, Probably picket fights with the shellbacks at the river. Maybe isolating a guard here or there. I don't know. I don't think you get too much extra XP off of fighting NPCs. It's too bad she doesn't actually. Well, does she entertain? No, she doesn't count. I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's some stuttering going on. I don't know if it's Undead Awakens, like that right there. It could also just be the local server link ups. We'll just hang here and lose our corruption.
So,
Talk, throw it in for a little bit.
any fool can see that you need answers. Left hanging for the vultures on that cross. Accursed. I wandered for a while after I pulled you from that cross. In the south, I found desperate souls and their farty man-eaters.
Oh, I have the
Beasts, apes,
dialogue volume down because I got tired of listening to my character grunt and groan every time they hurtled over something.
I found an amphitheater.
Silly, isn't it?
The dead walked, and memories of people. I have traveled far and seen much. From the glittering ice of Asgard to the jungle expanses of the Black Kingdoms.
That's enough of that. We'll pick up this.
But nowhere have I seen
Pick this up.
avatars that stalk deep and destruction in their wake. These are not gods. These
All right, I guess that's gonna do it. Um, if I recreate my character, the hut with all the stash in there, I mean, it's all piddly shit. I mean, I don't even really need it. Honestly, I don't even really need this server. I could do the same thing I'm doing here on 3830 pretty easily, just for the RP moments. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and pop this one too. Let's just recreate the character. But yeah, there you go. That is basically it. Um, Thanks for stopping by, hanging out. Catch you later.